everybody. Today I am back with the layout for product placement, which is a series I do with Rachel Reynolds. And I'm showing you that I stitched a wonky circle on this paper. Actually, it's 3 wonky circles just in white thread on white paper. So I'm using a photograph of my nephew and his wife at their wedding. And I want to back this with a little bit of pattern paper because what I'm going to do is use that circle to place chipboard onto this layout. But I want the photo to stand out, to have some sort of color behind it. And then I'm also going to take my chipboard colors from the colors in that pattern paper, at least to some extent I'm going to do that. So I can't stitch a straight circle for the life of me. So I did the 3 circles, and that's just a quick little trick if you can't stitch a straight circle. Now I flipped that pattern paper there, and the reason I did that is because I wanted the tealy blue to be on top. I wanted a little bit of emphasis there because I am going to, I'm thinking about using a little bit of teal blue on this. So I just showed you all the chipboard that I'm using because Rachel picked chipboard this time. So I'm just going through my sheets and finding things that work. So that Happy Together chipboard is from the Crepe Paper Kiss Kiss collection, and so is that wood heart and like that kind of jeweled heart that I just placed on there, and the tag as well too. Then I grabbed my Maggie Holmes Flea Market collection and found that banner. So that's the hashtag Love You banner. And now I'm going through my Maggie Holmes Bloom. And that's where I pulled off that flower, the pink flower, and then the gold flower, and then that kind of aqua colored little word strip that says together. So I'm just sort of playing around here. I do have another tag there on the bottom left that is not going to stay. And I'm just playing around looking for the right mix of sizes and shapes. I also have that kind of ruffled heart and that light pink heart there, and both of those are also from the Maggie Holmes Bloom collection, as well as those gold glitter flowers. And then that glitter heart is also from the Maggie Holmes Bloom collection. Now I wanted something to fill in that space there, so I needed a larger something. So I went back to my Crepe Paper Kiss Kiss, and I found that larger open heart. The smaller glitter heart there is from Bloom. And again, I'm just looking at different sizes of things, different sizes and colors to make this circle work. Now I grabbed this wood kind of word strip there that says documented, and I'm trying to remember, I don't remember where that came from because I decided not to use it in the end. I think it's a Maggie Holmes collection. Yeah, it is, because that's Maggie Holmes just on the left of the chipboard there. But I didn't use it, so I didn't write it down. So sorry, I can't tell you that. Now, I added another one of those hearts, the open kind of jeweled hearts on the bottom between the ruffle heart and the gold glitter heart. And what I'm doing there is I'm just kind of dropping it down a little bit to so that the 2 hearts, which are about the same size, are not on the same line. I also grabbed that little Adore Me heart, and that is from Crepe Paper Paper Heart, which is a pretty old collection. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it to back some glitter, or to have put another glitter heart on there. But I wanted it to be chipboard. I could have just backed this with like some of my foam tape, but I wanted it to actually be chipboard. So that's why I did that. And now I'm just gluing things down and kind of arranging things. As I said there, I didn't want the 2 small hearts to be in the same line, so I glued those down separately. Or higher and lower. And I'm putting some of the things on here on angles, other things not. I'm gluing that piece down. I don't want it to line up exactly with where how that heart was lining up, so I pushed it out just a little bit towards the side. And just, you know, this is giving you the feeling of a circle without actually being in an exact circle, I guess. And I have little bits of gold scattered throughout. I have, you know, pink scattered throughout. I have 2 pieces of chipboard there with some wood on it. So that's giving, actually it's 3 right now, but I'm going to change something on here eventually. So that gives it a little continuity. I have the aqua color in the word strip and also in that flower there. So that's one on each side and then in the middle of the paper there. And now I'm just going to go through and I'm going to grab my bag of hearts that are pre-punched and I'm going to put one on that chipboard heart, not thinking that I can just trim it and it'll work. It doesn't completely, so I'm going to grab another one and kind of cover it. And you can kind of see it in real life, but it's not really that big of a deal to me. It looks okay. The one thing I didn't tell you is right now there is a glassine bag sitting right behind the pattern paper, and I was trying to decide if I wanted to use that or not. I'm going to go back and forth. That glassine bag is just from Elle Studio. The embellishments or 3x4 cards come in them when they do kits. So I'm going back and forth. Am I going to use it? Am I not? And I decided not to. I really wanted the contrast between the white of the paper, which by the way is Doodlebug Basil, to be really apparent, and that glassine bag there was softening that effect a little bit. So I grabbed some Amy Tangerine hearts, and I'm not going to use those there. Okay, so what I did there is I grabbed the Bloom Collection chipboard again, and now I put that kind of purple word on there, and it says happiness, and there is a little bit of purple in the bottom of that ruffled heart, so I was okay with using that. So I want another touch on here besides just the chipboard and the paper. So I went to my Studio G self-adhesive sequins, and I think I got these as a thank you for something at one point. I don't remember. I didn't actually buy them. That came as like a little extra. And I'm just going to use the smallest sequin, and I'm going to scatter them all over this page. I was going through my enamel dots the other day and found these sequins, and I thought, I need to get these used up. So I'm kind of bouncing them back and forth on both sides of my line of three stitched lines there. And then I just counted those, and I don't remember if I had an uneven or an even number. I wanted to make sure that if I had that few that it would be uneven, but it didn't look right to me yet. I thought I needed more. So I keep adding sequins again back and forth until they look right to me. And I did not like how those two were across from each other. So then what I did is I changed the one, and again, they're bouncing back and forth on either side of the line. All right, so I'm just finishing this up. I will make sure to link Rachel's video in my comments in the description box below, so you can check her comments out. We've done one other layout using wood veneer for January. This series appears on the 1st of every month, so you can find product placement in my playlist as well. Hope you're all well. Bye.